Hey there, welcome back to Clicks and Views, your one-stop destination for the best of Reddit's Am I the A-hole drama, random facts you never knew you needed, health tips that actually make a difference, mind-blowing AI music, or our top 10 lists to keep you ahead of the game. If you love mixing things up and discovering new things every day, make sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe so you never miss out. Welcome back to another episode of Am I the A-hole? Today's story will put you in the shoes of someone grappling with a tough decision and the reactions that followed. Who's in the right, who's in the wrong, and who's the real a-hole in this situation? Let's get into it. I, 33F, received a terminal diagnosis earlier this year. I've got a couple of years at best estimate to get everything in order before I won't have the cognitive ability to do so anymore. I've been working with a lawyer and an end-of-life care social worker to make sure everything will go as smoothly as possible and my wishes will be respected. I also have a complicated family situation. My parents were never married and my dad died when I was 12 of the same condition I now have. He never married, so all his assets were put in a trust for me by my grandparents. My mom married after they broke up and had my half-brother, 26M. He is severely mentally disabled. He's a 7-year-old in a grown man's body, and even with all the resources they can get, he's very difficult to care for, and my mom and stepdad barely get by most of the time. They tried really hard to get legal control of my trust when I was living with them, but couldn't. I help out some when things are really hard, but I feel like my mom treats me like an emergency fund rather than her daughter, and my stepdad has been bitter about the financial stuff. My dad was very successful and his family is well off, since even before my dad died. I don't talk to either of them about my life because they always get passive-aggressive and guilt-trippy. I've been trying to talk more with my mom now that I know I'm on borrowed time. We've never had a great relationship, but I wanted to try and resolve some of it. She's been much nicer to me and more concerned since the diagnosis, so I thought it was okay to open up a bit. I didn't want her to be blindsided or feel like she has to take on anything since I've appointed another family member to be my medical and financial POA, so I talked to her recently about my plans. I told her that I know my half-brother is a full-time job, so I'm having other people take care of my care so she won't be burdened. She was thankful for that, but then brought up how she always hoped that I would be the one to make sure my brother was taken care of when she was gone, and that in a way I still would be. She would put whatever I leave behind into his care fund and would make sure he knows it's from his big sister. This is where I might be the a-hole. I'm not leaving anything to my mom or brother. I don't have kids, but I have been the favorite auntie to my best friend's 2 children for their entire lives. They are the light of my life and I spend a lot of time with them. My BFF and I have been through a lot together. She and her husband have been the ones going with me to appointments and letting me crash in their spare room when I was too sick from meds to be home alone. Whatever is left over after I'm gone is going to the kids for college. I know it's money that could secure better care for my half-brother and take some of the load off my mom, but I feel like I want to help someone else now. Today's story involves a truly heartbreaking situation. A woman facing her final years due to a terminal diagnosis and making the tough decision not to leave her estate to her severely disabled brother. Instead, she plans to leave it to her best friend's kids. Let's break it all down and see if she's truly an a-hole in this situation. So here's the background. OP is a 33-year-old woman dealing with a terminal illness. She's been through a lot already, losing her dad at a young age to the same illness, growing up in a difficult family environment, and now facing her own mortality. OP's dad left her a trust, which has given her financial security over the years, and now she's trying to make sure her own estate is taken care of after she's gone. Now, OP's family situation is complicated. Her mother remarried and had a son who is severely mentally disabled and needs constant care. OP mentions that her mom has always relied on her as an emergency fund and has even tried to access her trust in the past. Despite her illness, OP has tried to reconnect with her mom, only to find her mom assuming that OP's estate will eventually help support her brother's care fund. But OP has other plans. she wants her estate to go to her best friend's children, who she's incredibly close to. OP's decision. Alright, here's where things get tricky. OP has decided not to leave anything to her mom or brother. Instead, she's planning to leave it all to her best friend's kids for their future. It's clear OP feels a strong bond with these kids, almost as if they were her own family. After all, her best friend and her family have been there for her through all of her difficult moments, supporting her physically and emotionally, while her own family has only shown up now, when money is potentially on the line. Why OP might be the A******. Some might see OP as an A***** here because, let's face it, her brother's future is pretty bleak without financial support. Leaving him nothing could mean her mom will continue to struggle with his care alone, especially once she's no longer around. From her mom's perspective, it might seem cold for OP to walk away from her brother's needs, especially when he's so vulnerable and could benefit significantly from financial support. There's also the question of family responsibility. Should OP feel obligated to provide for her brother given her family's circumstances, even if it's not necessarily what she wants? Why OP isn't the a-hole? On the flip side, OP has every right to decide where her money goes. She's been through a lot and is facing a future that's incredibly uncertain. Rather than leaving her estate to family members who, she feels, have only seen her as a financial resource, she's choosing to support people who have genuinely been there for her. Also, it sounds like her mom's renewed kindness might have come with strings attached, like the hope that OP would eventually support her brother. The verdict. In my opinion, OP is not the a-hole. Yes, her brother's situation is tragic, but it's her estate, her choice. It's incredibly tough for her mom, but at the end of the day, OP has the right to support those who've supported her. It's her final chance to make an impact, and she wants to do that with people she feels a real connection to. It's a reminder that family isn't always defined by blood, it's defined by those who stand by us. What do you all think? Should OP be leaving something for her brother's care fund, or is she justified in choosing to support her best friend's kids? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. This is definitely a tough one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.